Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hallows, a Monster of the Week story here on Dice Priori. I am... okay, I have people saying, well, I love you too, Sheepish. Don't know who you are, but I love you, buddy. Um, good evening, and we are back for episode 24 of our Monster of the Week story. I am Matthew Foreman. I will be playing Oak Williams tonight. He is a spell singer. We both use he, him pronouns. I will just do a quick couple channel announcements before we kick it over to another player. So here on Dice Prior, you can catch Heart, Tales from Gashari, and we're going to be using the Heart RPG starting tomorrow, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That'll run for about 2 to 3 hours, energy permitting. Usually 3 hours we're aiming for, but we'll see. Oh, hi, Annie. Hi, welcome, yeah. And then on Mondays, we're going to have Goon Saloon starting the 30th. That is the players from the Big Boy Season episode. They call themselves the Goons, and we are giving them... we're doing a show, me as the GM, and I'm going to be running them through City of Mist, a story called Demons in the Cross End, which is a provided mystery. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be playing City of Mist for a few episodes, and then we'll be bringing you different shows. As always, if you are enjoying tonight's episode, make sure you are following. If you are already following, consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, consider gifting a subscription. We appreciate your support as we continue to bring you the best tabletop content that we can bring you. Those are my channel announcements, so that was great. Next is... who shall it be? Who shall I pick? Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I am playing Lucy Doe, who also uses she, her pronouns. And she uses the Monstrous playbook, and she's a Grim Reaper who might die a second time tonight. Maria.
Hello, that's me. I'm Maria. I use they and she pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster. And tonight I am playing Hektor Bartholomew, using the Mad Scientist playbook. He's 70 and alone, but probably safe. And Alexis.
Hi, I'm Alexis. You can find me at Vox Fanato on the internet and here, where I am a lot. You can find me here tomorrow for Tales from Gashari, where I'm going to be playing a mystery character. Tune in tomorrow to find out. And that is about it for me. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character for this evening, Darlene Gray, who is using the Hex playbook, and she is a blood witch. Ty.
And I'm Ty. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the keeper for this and all evenings here in Hush Hallows. Last time on Hush Hallows, the hunters decided to investigate some mysteries around this town, Darlene electing to go to the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands, a church that they had questions about. Hektor did some research in his lab, while Lucy and Oak decided to go down into the hole that Oak's Aunt Martha discovered beneath the lair of the lumberjack. There was some oddities inside the tunnel, and it ended with Lucy and Oak getting separated. And that's where we will begin this evening. Oak. You stand in front of your handiwork, the slightly altered earth, but with 4 massive icicles protruding from it, one piercing the empty air where Lucy once stood, barely managing to disappear into the ground in time. What do you do?
Lucy disappeared into the earth. Fuck me. Oak says, okay, I guess I'll go on without you. Oak will continue down the tunnel he was going to go in.
The question never answered last session. Out of the 4 tunnels, the question remains, out of the 4 tunnels, which tunnel do you go down?
Tunnel number 4. I rolled a d4.
Good way to do it. You leave the altered earth as a marker, as well as the icicles that remain, and continue down Tunnel 4. Your sea salt lamp lighting the way. You feel the tunnel begin to slope downward pretty aggressively, and it bends and twists, and it is hard to get your bearings in this place. Do you continue on?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You continue on for an amount of time that seems hard to gauge. The farther down or sideways, left, right, as this thing curves and loops, it becomes harder and harder to see as your lamp is barely lighting in front of you as there is fog just up to your head in this tunnel. And as you continue down, no more forks, we switch perspectives across town. Hektor, you've enjoyed relative silence and peace being secluded in your lab after the danger and excitement of the last few days. What are you currently doing?
Considering the excitement of the last 2 days, Hector's probably napping.
Good. All right. It's like
perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's around like 3:30. It's a good nap time.
Yeah.
You nap for around 2 hours. What do you do when you wake up?
I think he would want to either go. He would want to go back to the library, I think, with the intention of trying to find like old newspaper clippings to do some research on, perhaps some old hunters that he used to pal around with, see if they showed up in any of the newspapers or anything.
Okay,
Back
you
in the
head
day.
to Tom Books across town, taking the Camino. And you arrive and are welcomed again. Roll investigate.
Okay. Um, 13, and that is advanced.
Very good. You may ask me a specific question. Well, before you ask me the question, here's what happens. As you are tell me what you are looking for exactly. As you think about the hunters, the names don't come to you. However, you see the staticky forms, but if there were names once in your head, they're no longer.
Okay. I think when was it Darlene and Martha did a little bit of digging about the VHS store that
V3.
and they found a picture of him and at
The barbecue.
Yeah, at the barbecue place. So he's thinking that if he can go around generally that time frame, if he can find either more pictures of him, of Gresham, of anyone else who was around them, that he might be able to start there, and then from there, kind of daisy chain or butterfly out to see if he can figure out anything else about these people, because it seems strange to him that these other hunters would just disappear.
You spend the better part of the day doing this. Like, you pretty much close this place out trying to search for these. Do you have a specific question, or do you want to just me give you something? Do you have any specific questions you want to ask, or do you want me to just give you something here? Because I can.
Nothing more specific than, do I find out anything about these particular people?
Here's what you find, because there are some photos, not a lot. There are photos like promotional for Nana's Fat Slabs. You notice in a lot of the pictures, there is one person that seems to be kind of in a lot of them, but they are obscured pretty heavily. They are always wearing a hat, some form of coat, standing pretty close to either you or Gretchen in any photos you're present in, but it is hard to get a good full visual on them.
While I'm here, I either want to do I want to see if there's any records of any sort of notable tech personalities that are in town. Either by a phone book, if that's a thing that is still a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Or by asking the two adorable preteens.
Timothy and Timothy bound up to
ones.
you excitedly. As is now near closing time. We're about to close down. Is there anything else we can help you with?
I had one question. I haven't been in town for a long time, but is there anyone who's here who might be new or is interesting in general, who does a lot of work with technology, machines, weird and cool stuff?
The only technology person I kind of know of in town, Daryl Hutcherson, runs a podcast out of his upstairs room. Our uncle went on it once, and he said it was a lot of fun. He's the only one in town who's done that. It's a real fancy setup. It's got like the soundproofing, and like he's got those real nice mics that light up. And
does he do a lot of like inventions and things and build stuff, or is it mostly?
I don't think so. I don't think he created the microphones. I think he bought them.
Well, that's good to know. Okay. Thank you. If you see any weird white vans, stay away from them. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Uncle Tom says no candy from vans. But thanks for the advice. And they walk off. And the place begins to close. Do you go home for the night?
Yes, I think so. I think he would.
Okay.
As much as I want to go to the church, I think he would go home.
Okay. If you go home and it's around 9 p.m. and we'll see what happens next. As we switch perspectives, Darlene, you stand in the heart of the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands. Mitch, your guide, mills about doing busy work about 20 feet away. You saw 3 people when you walked in at the beginning of this tour, and 2 more have filtered in since then and are sitting in the pews. Seems to be a younger couple holding hands.
If I stay muted and I don't make eye contact with the GM, it won't be my scene, right?
Yep.
Okay, I think where we left off, Darlene was going to try to talk to some of these people.
Yes. Correct.
I'm going to try the dad with the 2 kids first.
The dad has 1 kid in a stroller.
Oh, 1 kid. Well, I got part of that right.
Yes, most of it right. You see a man, looks to be in his 30s or 40s, wearing a button-up, kind of rocking a stroller back and forth as he sits in a pew, and sees you approach. What do you say?
Hi there.
Oh,
do you...
Hello?
Do you mind if I'm new checking things out here? Do you have a minute? Do you mind if I...
yeah, sure. And he kind of lowers his voice as the baby is asleep as he's rocking it, but pushes it and then scoots to the side so you can... actually stands up so you can filter in the pew and he can still rock the baby.
Okay. So, Darlene with a quiet voice, but Alexis with a voice that can be heard on the
whisper. Yeah.
She'll say, what's your name, sir?
I'm Keith Barnaby.
Keith, nice to meet you. You can call me Darla.
Darla, pleasure.
That's the alias I guess I was going with.
Correct. You're new around here? First time?
Sorry, chat. What was that?
It's your first time here, you said?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, welcome.
How long have you been coming here?
Oh, I've been part of the fellowship for around 8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been living in Hush Hollows about that long or longer?
No, I've been in here, Hallows. I moved here with my my kid here about 3 years ago, and just seemed like a nice place to meet a community and enjoy solitude and some peace.
Right. And what was it about this community, this congregation that brought you here?
Oh well, my kid loves it. He just goes right to bed every time we come here. It's so quiet and peaceful. Just shuts him right up. Tried putting whiskey on his gums, but he just kept hiccuping. So next best thing, I guess.
See, what I heard is, you know what? Never mind. Neither here nor there.
What brings you into our lovely place today? Is there something you're looking for, or?
I mean, I think there's always something in each of us that's looking for something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very philosophical. I like it.
And have you gotten to know like the other do you call this a church? The other church goers?
Oh, well, we call it congregation's a bit of a strong word. Just kind of a nice, a group of people, a community, church maybe, kind of like-minded spiritualists.
So, have you gotten to know the other like-minded spiritualists very well?
Oh, I know a couple of I know a couple of them here and there. We mean passing. We have a pancake breakfast every second Sunday of the month, and I enjoy a good boysenberry, and I enjoy the teachings and the speeches of Wentworth, the guide.
I think right now Darlene is trying to figure out how normal this place seems to this person, or through this person's perspective.
What do you or how do you try to ascertain that? By asking, or is there anything you do like observing wise? What do you do to try to get that information?
I guess she'd just ask questions and try to like probe where there seems to be more information about like any specific quirks that the community has, or any different I can't think of the right words. Not protocols, different like just different ways that they.
Oh, are you asking like what sets us apart from the other? What would be a normal church, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, there's no, a lot of churches in towns or small communities can be very judgy and ask for donations and specific sacraments, but there's none of that here. We have fun events, like I said, pancake breakfast. Occasionally we do a nice movie night. There's actually something we do on occasion that's very specific to the tenants and teachings here. If you go down to the basement, there's a room. It's not for everyone, but it's a, I don't know if you've heard of it. It might sound a little weird. It's a sensory deprivation chamber. I mean, I know a lot of people, raise an eyebrow or two, but it's a very meditative experience. It is truly feeling alone.
That's very different. Have you been there? Have you used this deprivation chamber?
I haven't done it myself. I'm usually watching the little one here, and they don't let me bring kids in. That'd be dangerous.
Do they not have a daycare or something?
Oh, I thought you were going to say baby deprivation chamber. No, not
no,
no
sure
daycare
was
here.
Not.
No, there's no daycare here. It's not a service they provide yet. But maybe one day with enough donations or fundraisers.
And you said that they don't really do a lot of collecting of funds from the.
There's not a little basket goes around for dollars every day for collection. So they occasionally do a nice fundraiser, and I know they've got people that donate, but it's not there's never been a big focus on money here.
Interesting. So how is this facility funded then? I mean, a sensory deprivation chamber could not have been cheap.
That's a good question. I've never really asked where the money comes from. I mean, it just seems. It's a nice building. It's the chambers seem nice, but they're not state of the art. No holographics or anything inside. You just kind of sit in a little pool with some smelling salts and close your eyes. If you want to try, I could go get Mitch for you.
No, I think I need to work my way up to that.
That's fair.
I'm
you could
still
put
in the not very comfortable sitting with my own silence very long.
camp.
Well,
So you could use there's a nice playlist on Spotify. You just listen to rain sounds and put a blindfold in the bathtub, and that's close. That's a good first
I'll
step.
have to try that sometime. Thank you for that tip. And do you know if they do things like I know some community organizations are very focused on food drives and other ways of providing for those less fortunate in the community at large, like the whole, not just the congregation, but is there any outreach or anything like that?
We haven't done a lot of outreach. I do know the building itself is usually pretty open if someone needs a place to lay their head and rest, or some sort of shelter from the storm or whatnot of life. This building is open. I know Wentworth has let people stay the evening if they need to, but beyond that, I don't not that I know of.
Okay. Do you know if this church has any if there's any, like, sorry, I used the church word.
That's okay. It's not like, we don't get all up in arms for the church word.
Do you know if this organization is connected to or related to the hospital in any way?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I can see where you think the naming convention's probably pretty similar,
The
but
silence and the hush.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
imagery. It's
it might be because of just the town itself has a similar naming. Might try to be splintering off that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever thought to ask the question.
All right. Well, that's all very, very helpful. I'll let you to your leave you back to your peace and your silence and your what was the expression that Mitch used with me before? Togetherness and
being alone together. That's kind of what we're doing right
go.
here. Yeah, I mean, we're together right now, but we can both separate and enjoy our separate pieces. That's what the whole thing's about. That's what makes the whole pie bake, as they say.
That's right. Wow, y'all have just a way with the turn of phrase here.
Taps his head.
I don't like that.
He doesn't really, because that's not a real thing.
Okay. Okay. Well, it is, but okay. Okay. I think Darlene will scamper away from him a little bit. Not scamper, but leave him to his peace.
Yeah,
And then she
shuffle
wants
out.
to try to see if there's anyone else in this room that she gets
Someone who seems
vibe from. Someone who seems that like
Vibe
they
from.
might know more about what's going on. Someone who's been here longer and
roll and investigate.
okay. All right, great. There's a lot of not doing magic that Darlene's been doing lately.
You could blood dream into one of these people. Might cause a bit of a commotion, but it's possible.
Slash at somebody with her nails.
Yep.
Get their blood.
With her athame.
Yes, that's right. Okay. What am I rolling? 8.
A mixed success. So here's what you get as a general vibe from these people. Mitch is still watching you. Keith you already had a conversation with him. He's already gone back to kind of mindlessly rocking the baby. There was a younger woman with red hair and a plaid wool button-up. She is wearing one ear pod, and she's looking at a pamphlet for this place. There's the younger couple that just walked in. They seem fairly comfortable with this place, like they've been here before. And there is an older woman who you might assume has been here, as she is comfortable enough to be either asleep or dead.
Great. So is all I'm getting from the list of people who are here?
No, basically you're getting from the roll is who looks like more comfortable or less comfortable in these circumstances.
Okay.
The woman with the red hair is holding a pamphlet indicating she seems newer or not as familiar with this place. The couple seems like they've been here before, seem fairly comfortable, and the old lady seems very comfortable.
Okay. I will try the hopefully not dead old woman.
All right, you approach. It's one of the pews near I think it is the pew closest to the front, that she's like half laying down, half sitting up.
Oh, God.
What do you do as you approach?
Is she asleep?
How do you ascertain that? You're just going to stare at her chest and see if it rises and lowers?
You got a compact mirror, hold it under her nose. Are you breathing, ma'am? Oh, good God.
To see how it looks when Darlene is ascertaining this.
Oh goodness. I think Darlene will just walk quietly closer and closer and just sort of try to see if she reacts to my presence.
She does not react to your presence, but you do see her chest rising, falling, and she seems to be asleep.
I'm gonna pretend to trip near her.
Okay, yeah. Oh no! Oh. She pulls out a fan and waves herself. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I had a night terror again.
Darlene broke the stream.
It was the night terrors.
I dreamed of dropped frames.
Yep.
Huh.
Let me figure that out. 1 sec.
was muted on stream. What's up? We are back. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. I just said we were dropping frames. We're back now, and thank you very much to Corey Hickson for the raid earlier. Thank you. Back to Hallows.
I believe we left off with the night terrors. Oh, yeah, I had a night terror. The jaguars were back.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Jaguars?
Yeah, they come out of nowhere.
The car or the animal?
Oh no, the animal. They come out of nowhere and just they eat me alive. It's horrifying.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you are plagued with those.
Just occasionally. And she stands up. Oh, are you a new face here?
Yes, I am. This is my first time in and just kind of getting the lay of the land, trying to suss out whether or not this place is a spiritual home.
Oh, well, yeah. You simply must attend the speech
meeting this evening.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. If you'd like to get a good lay of the land, that's the best way to do it. The guide is always very, very impressive to listen to.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Oh no, please feel free. And she sits back down in the pew and offers you a seat next to her. She wipes some drool off.
Oh boy. So how long have you been attending here?
Oh, I've been a member here many years now. I think about must be close to 10 or 12. Ever since Eustace passed, my husband.
Ever since Eustace passed, she said. Real quick.
Yes?
Keeper.
Oh.
We were told that Eddie
Yes.
joined after Meredith divorced him, right?
Yes.
And Keith is here with kid, but no spouse, no partner.
Yeah, he didn't
Seems to be
explicitly
watching his kid alone a lot.
That is what he said. But you did just see a couple walk in, if that's a connection you're trying to make.
True.
That it isn't exclusively. It is a singles club spiritual. No, it is not. You did see a couple walk. What you assume to be a couple walk in.
I was thinking more people who would have recently undergone a loss.
That might be.
Thank you, Keith.
Whoa, well, you never know. Walks on by with a stroller. They do a great date night.
You know. Okay, all right. 10 to 12 years, right?
Yes, about there, I think. Yes.
And what was it that really drew you here? Were you attending somewhere else before?
Oh, me and Eustace, he was raised Catholic, and I would occasionally go to Easter with him, or Christmas, but I would never believe myself. And after he passed, I think I found myself looking forward, looking to the future, to what comes after. And just happened upon this place. It seemed like a nice alternative, as I was never one for the other church I attended.
So what really was it about this place that sort of spoke to you then? What's different about here?
What's different about here than what? Well, other than the general, the community and the feeling of this place as opposed to a church like I attended before, I think less of an emphasis on one of the things I never personally believed with Catholicism was I never liked the idea of heaven myself. I never found it appealing to me. And this facility and community puts a heavy emphasis on doing things in the here and now that matter. And I always found that as inspiring.
What are the general beliefs in terms of like creation and afterlife, that sort of thing?
Oh, well, it's not so much. This place, that's why people get it. It doesn't really call itself a church for things like that. It often doesn't talk about creation or exactly what happens after you go, often. But more of an emphasis on it doesn't matter where you go afterward. What matters is what's here and what's now.
This is my typing notes that I feel really weird about face.
What about you? Is there something you disagreed with in your... Did you have a previous religion, or is there something...
Oh, I've kind of been through a few different ringers. A lot of more of the Episcopalian, which has a lot of, similarities with Catholicism, as you may be aware, but made the mistake of looking at chat. I don't know. It just, there seems to be just so much contradiction in some of those places.
Yes.
There were just several things that just never sat quite right for me. But you've been here long enough. Did the sensory deprivation chamber in the basement, was that always here, or did they have to fundraise a lot to build that? Or
well, I think there was a bit of I think there was a little bit of money raised at one of the bake-offs. The great bake-offs.
right?
What is happening in this scene exactly?
I was trying to put all of the survival memes into one game. I hear you play Animal Crossing and watch the Great British Bake Off.
I was gonna try to do like the great something bake off, it just didn't come, so just drop it entirely. Just great bake off. That'll work. It'll be fine. They get it. But the deprivation chambers have been around only a couple years now, 2 or 3. Once they gained popularity in normal culture. I mean, there's places in big cities that's all they do. Have you been in the cities, the big cities?
I have not been to a deprivation chamber anywhere. It's kind of a new thing to me. Keith gave me some pointers on how to kind of ease into that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, bathtub with a blindfold. That's a good starting point.
Right. Yep. With some rain sounds.
Ah, that's a good one too. Yeah, rain sounds.
Mm-hmm. Kind of ease into it.
A good way.
Yeah. But and so does the larger community at Hush in Hush Hallows sort of do they help fund things through the Great Bake Off?
Off of the Great Bake Off. Well, that's just one of the many. There aren't, like I said, money's never. I think. I mean, this church has been around for quite some time now. This organization, church, whatever, they're the same thing. It's been around for some time now, but I think I believe Wentworth has put quite a bit of his own money into it. He funded a lot of it himself, or helped after he became a part of it.
How long has he been here?
I believe he was either near the very beginning. I don't believe he founded it himself, but he was definitely around, I think. for quite some time, the way he acts and tells it. There's no one in the church who's been here longer than him.
Do we know... I might have missed writing it down, but did we know when this place was basically established?
I believe it was established in the 70s as found by Hektor in an article.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Wentworth has been here since around the founding, or since the founding?
I think since around the founding. I don't know if I don't think he was the one who conceived the church and started it himself, but he was definitely that. He's been here for quite some time.
So he wasn't the first guide?
I don't think so, no. But whoever was the founder, or the one, is no longer around. Guntworth is is currently the senior member here of the staff.
So, this whole belief that it doesn't matter what happens when you die.
Yes.
Do y'all have any specific burial or crematorial rituals that you undergo or anything? I mean, I know that some faiths put more emphasis on those things than others.
Roll plus charm.
Okay. Oh, okay. 13.
Very good. She.
And this one is advanced.
Yeah, this is advanced. Yeah. So you will get some. You're gonna get this, and we'll talk about what benefit you get from this afterward. But the information you get from this is, she goes, "Oh well, there isn't really a graveyard or anything that I know of, but I know the church often for some of its more senior members does often take care of burial services or post-mortem affairs."
So would they generally be buried in the in the oh my God, what's the word? Cemetery. The general cemetery for Hush Hallows, or
I think we don't have a specific here. She kind of thinks for a second. Oh, well, there's no graveyard for the specific church. I think they just kind of take care of whatever the last wishes of the person were. I know a lot of members who have come here over the years are people with no strong connections to friends or family, and have given the power of attorney to the church, to Wentworth.
Well, he must be just very good-hearted if he is willing to take on those burdens of so many people.
I mean, it's not, so like I said, it's not every single person, but if people are, people who are close, support the organization, it's something he's been willing to do, especially those who don't have anyone else and don't want to burden others with the cost of funerals and homes and fancy pots to put ashes in.
Still, though, I mean, being an executor on a will and having power of attorney, that takes a lot of, that's a lot of work.
Oh, she kind of thinks, I hadn't thought of it like that. I suppose that is magnanimous.
What else do you know about Wentworth, other than its apparently very big heart?
Why, he's a very, he's kind. He's, a very good public speaker. Wise. Inspiring. I know he spends most of his time here, occasionally out in the communities, but he mostly stays around this building. Doesn't have, I don't think he's close friends or family wise with anyone in this area, just the members. I think he's handsome, but I don't think I'm ready to move on.
Well, I'll just have to judge that for myself when I finally meet him.
Oh yes, please. Once again, come at 5. It's only, and she like checks her watch, and it's now getting to be after the time you spend here. It's getting close to like 3:34. I can save you a seat if you'd like.
Would you do that?
Oh, absolutely.
That would be so kind.
And she shakes your hand.
I think I'm gonna try to I'm feeling a bit peckish. I think we're gonna go get a little snack and some coffee to make sure I stay awake and everything. I'm not used to so much quiet, so.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. I'll save you a seat.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Miriam.
Well, at least she wasn't dead.
You say as you stand up and begin to walk away, and the camera shifts. Below ground. Lucy, you feel yourself free falling in pitch darkness, your incorporeal body passing through the earth. The reflexive action you took to not get impaled by an icicle. What do you think as you free fall?
I think that Lucy actually has a moment of panic, and the first thing that she thinks of is, I think actually the first thing she thinks of is Micah, and then realizes, fuck, I should be paying attention to what's happening here. God, I hope I don't die again.
Okay. You free fall for however long. Roll a act under pressure.
Okay.
$11.
Very good. As you fall for, once again, an amount of time you are unsure, you feel at one moment and act immediately to recorporalize as you land feet first, hand stopping yourself on the ground in another tunnel. As far as you can tell, it is pitch dark and you have no source of light.
So I can't see anything at all.
You can see pretty much nothing in front of you. You can see there is a little bit of fog and mist still around you by your feet, but it is hard. Like if you hold out your hand all the way out, it is mostly obscured by fog and darkness. But you can see the top of a tunnel above you and the ground below you, but you have no idea any extension either way.
Cool. I'm gonna summon my glaive just to have it with me.
Roll a d6.
What? But why? Why am I? That's a 1.
As you use your the same thing you've done a million times, you feel the air around you tighten and warp and distort. And as you use the same abilities and powers you've done dozens of times before, what feels like the glaive appears in your hands, a long shaft with bone and iron. But you notice the tip is a little bit different. Instead of the long blade of a glaive, it is more like an axe. It looks more like a halberd.
Okay.
But it is a very similar sort of weapon.
Okay.
But it is different.
Does it look the same though? Like, even though it's a different blade, does it look like the other? Like,
It
it's
doesn't-
made out of the same material?
Yeah, it is still made out of iron and bone. It is the same kind of material. It's just slightly different. The structure is slightly different, and the tip is different.
Okay. Don't like that. But here she is. And you said, what is it that I can see in front of me in terms of? Oh, wait.
Your
what can
hand.
I see?
Your hand.
No,
If you do
you said
this.
something about a tunnel. What can I see?
You can tell based on like the slightly curved nature of the top of the ceiling, which is maybe 2 inches above your head, and the ground, that you think you're still in a tunnel, but you have no idea how far things extend.
Oh,
either
I
way
understand.
around
I
you.
understand.
It is a pretty tight tunnel as far as you
Okay.
can tell.
Great. Boy, this is awful. This is my worst nightmare. Okay. mm. And I don't see any weird ghosties or magic or
Are you
anything.
using you're using your specialize?
My specialized, yes.
It hurts. As soon as you turn them on, it is painful.
Oh.
You see light almost everywhere.
I don't like that.
A variety of colors, and the longer you kind of keep your eyes on, the more it hurts.
Okay.
So it is near unbearable.
I will not do that then. I guess then I'll just so if I was fuck. I'm gonna go backwards, I think. If that makes sense. Like if I landed straight down, I would just do a 180 and
I mean, you were free falling. It's not like you went shump and landed. You
oh,
were kind
cool.
of,
So I literally have no idea what's
you have
where.
no real bearing currently.
Great. I'll just go forward then, whatever
Okay.
way I'm facing.
Either direction. Okay, either whatever you were facing, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, and you don't have anything to really light the way, correct?
Thank you for the raid, Soul Bear. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Soulbear. Hope you're doing well. Y'all are doing well.
I mean, I don't
You
know
just
if she
asking.
would have. I don't know if she would have like a lighter on her or anything. Cell phones. I mean, they don't work, so I don't know that she would have one on her.
Okay.
So I guess no. I guess I
Okay.
don't have a source of light. Shit. Did we bring flashlights? Were we smart enough to bring flashlights to this? I don't think we packed anything.
You said you did.
Good. So the way she's going to do it is she's going to use the dull end of her blade in case she doesn't want to like poke Oak if she happens to run into him. She's going to use the dull. She's going to flip it around and kind of go up against the wall and put that in front of her to see if there's anything in front of me and just walk very slowly.
So are you putting the halberd on the side of the tunnel, or are you just kind of waving it around? Just
Oh, no. I'm putting it on the side of the tunnel. I'm very slowly walking forward.
Okay. Roll 2d6.
I hate it here. What is this game? That's a 5. You
walk for what feels like 5 to 10 minutes. The air gets more oppressive the further you walk in. You feel as you walk, your skin being stretched across your muscle, and then you feel it loosen again. And there are other odd sensations as you continue along. But what you feel after a bit of time, a 5 on that roll, is you feel a slight pierce on your shoulder. It doesn't actually pierce with your one armor. It doesn't actually hurt you, but you feel a slight prick. And
From what direction?
Your top of your shoulder.
Okay.
And as you turn around, you're pretty close to it. It's on the same wall you are currently hugged up against. You see what looks like a pale root peeking through the earth, with what looks like about ice cream cone-sized thorns protruding from it. It has now got a little bit of, not blood, but kind of just a little bit of your flesh on it. What do you do?
Does it look like the flesh tree from...
It is hard to see in this darkness, but it's not root colored. It is definitely paler. Similar, maybe not the exact same shade, but a similar, more skin tone-esque color than tree color.
Okay. I don't know what she does. I don't know if that means anything to her at all.
Cool. That's fine. At least you
can I see where is it literally just that part, like a thorn, or can I see what it's
there
doing?
There are a lot of thorns. It is coming out of the earth and then going back in. About maybe 4 feet are visible, maybe a little bit less. And there are about 6 thorns that you see. 1 currently has pierced you.
Can I tell if I'm literally walking into like a thicket of this?
Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to look forward to see?
Yeah, but I'm not going to like poke my eyes for it. I'm going to like use my glaive to like, I don't want to lose my eyes. So I'm going to just...
Sure. Roll investigate then.
Okay.
I take it back. Roll read a bad situation. That's probably more applicable.
Okay, there we go. Oh, bless. That's a 12 plus
Very good.
Whatever.
Plus whatever. Wow, you get 2 natural 6s.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Let's talk about the information you get first, and you get a chance to act on it, and then you can ask me some questions if you'd like. You kind of look forward for a minute to see if there is anything further in. Even with I think your glaive makes a little bit of contact with something like at the edge of it, maybe 5 to 6 feet in front of you, on the wall once again. But what you feel behind you, or what you see about a couple feet from your face, is you see this thorn begin to peel open in 4 different sections. You see on each section of this kind of skin thorn peeled back, there are dozens of mismatched teeth, molars, canines, different shapes and sizes kind of spread sporadically out. And there is a long, unsettling barbed tongue in the center that is thrashing about as spittle begins to fall on the ground. What do you do? Or do you have a question?
I have several.
Okay, that's fair.
I think my first question is, I'm processing. Just everybody hold on to their butts for a second.
I use that as one of your, out of like the 3 you get, that was one of them, is I let you see that first as opposed to not seeing it in the darkness. So you can still ask me too.
I think, well, it's, I guess kind of my question is, I kind of want to say what's my best way out, but I feel like that would be going backwards, for like backtracking from the direction that I came from. Can I assess that at all from here?
I think in your current mind, that seems good. That seems, you have no, I will say, that is probably at this moment the lesser of 2 evils, as you know what horrible things are this way. You don't know what other horrible things might be the other way.
Right. I really don't like it here. All right. I am going to, can I hold my last question in case something happens?
Sure.
Okay. Then I am going to start backtracking, but I'm going to keep my eyes on the fleshy, weird.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you begin to move, the tongue lashes out at you.
No.
Act under pressure.
Jesus. Oh my god. 14.
Yeah, you dodge out of the way effortlessly, or you block it a little bit with the halberd as you try to backtrack through the tunnel. As you begin to are you trying to turn tail and run, or are you just kind of backing up carefully?
I am backing up carefully. I'm not going to run wildly into this darkness.
As you back up carefully, like this thing just narrowly missing you with the barbed tongue, what you see before it fades from vision entirely as you've gotten too far away is you see the teeth begin to fall out and hit the ground one by one.
No. I did not ask for this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Gross. Oh my god. Okay. Assuming that they are going to skitter towards me in some way, shape, or form, that's what Lucy is assuming. Because that's gross. Or they're going to plant themselves in the ground and make more of these. I don't know if I should ask my last question now or if I'm going to see these things again and should hold it.
Do you?
Okay. I'm going to hold it.
Okay. You hold it as you back up these things now out of your view as far as you can tell. And you just continue to back up. Is that your plan?
Definitely? No. Essentially, she's going to she's going to try to just listen really carefully to see if she can hear anything changing or coming towards her or behind her, but she's going to kind of flip around so that she's facing forward, but she's not going to totally forget that there was shit behind her. So she's going to occasionally look behind her.
Okay. Trying to kind of walk forward while checking your back is the current plan.
Yes.
Okay. You begin to make your way the other direction. And you feel as you walk for a little bit, you feel the ground begins to slope pretty heavily downward.
Oh my god, that's not what I wanted. I want to go up. I don't want to go down. Is it dark down there too?
There are no lights as far as you could tell.
Oh my god.
And you and Oak, after you crested the tunnel, after you went down the tunnel that Martha was in, there weren't any lights. The last lights you saw that weren't a sea salt Himalayan lamp were inside the lumberjack's lair.
Got it. Oh my god. These are not great options right now, I guess. Does it slope down in such a way that if I were to go down it, I would not be able to get back up? Or is it just that I can tell?
Do you think with a weapon you could probably try to find some hole? It's not as aggressive as the tunnel that was, straight down. It is sloped pretty heavily. It might be hard to scramble up, but you think you could climb it if you had time and effort.
Don't know if I have time, but I guess I will go down so I don't have to fight a bunch of teethy vines yet.
Okay. You continue downward into whatever darkness there may be. And as you do, we switch perspectives back to Oak in a different part of these tunnels. Oak, you just continue walking for a little bit down this tunnel. You see the strangeness. You see, once again, your lamp is bathed in a multicolored light. I think now, as you continue to walk, you see fog, but you also now, for sure, something the audience saw earlier, but you now see, is you're breathing like you are in cold weather. You can see your own breath in front of you as you breathe.
Do I feel cold?
Nope. You feel good. You feel great.
Should be fine. Should be fine then. Do I see any of the thorny bullshit around me?
Nope. You sure don't.
What can I do to help myself here? Oh, good. 1 second. It's a good track. Actually, hold on. Folks, do let me know about sound levels. I'm doing the best I can here. So, is there anything weird around me other than the fact my cold breath is kicking?
You still see once again that rising fog, and you do still feel some oddness just generally about. You feel as you're walking. I'm not sure if this sensation was described yet. You feel like, yeah, we did talk about that one. As you continue to walk, I think there are random times. It feels like when you've gone a really long time without sleep and you just aren't sure, like you might be falling asleep and then waking back up. It is hard. That is what you feel as you continue to walk forward, that you like aren't sure how you're walking and then you wake yourself back up to reality, and it happens a couple times.
Jesus. I'm falling asleep at the wheel.
And after you walk for, once again, especially with this now like micro sleeps or what it feels like, you come to another crossroads. There are two paths. One curves up a little bit and one curves pretty heavily down.
Okay. I'll mark it.
Same way?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll.
Yep. Yep. It's a 13, and that is advanced.
Excellent. That's an advanced use magic.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you some added benefit. So you are doing this to mark it. And as you once again hold the sea salt lamp in your hands and cast the spell you've done many times to move the earth, what you feel as you do is you see the edges of this marking begin to have a concentrated form of frost around the edges. And as you see that, you feel yourself have some moment of control over the frost as well as the earth.
Oh, wow. I have a moment of control over the frost?
Yep.
I'm going to have it recede.
Okay, you have the frost completely recede, the kind of like almost ice now going back to frost, going back to nothing, creeps back into the earth and melts into water. But that is a feeling you have never had before.
Yeah. I'm then going to go fly into the one that goes downward.
Okay. Yeah, you fly downward. For some period of time, it goes down, and as it goes, the slight slope becomes farther and farther to straight down. And you see other paths beginning to, like 3 others as you go, begin to spiral off just in random places as this place honeycombs into a maze of tunnels beneath the earth. Is Oak looking for anything in particular, or just goes to the bottom?
So I'm in the middle of a honeycomb?
You are assuming, based on the way these tunnels have spiraled, that it is maze-like. It is not just a set amount of tunnels. It is a complicated series of tunnels.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'm just imagining that I'm not like in the middle of a bunch of intersections?
No, as you fly down, so the slope went down. As you just flew down, you saw, a tunnel here. A tunnel spiraling this way. So you're still going down this shaft, but you see that there are other paths off too. I'm assuming you just kind of wanted to go to the bottom, but you can go somewhere else if you'd like.
I mean, I'm looking for Lucy.
Okay, just kind of keeping your eyes and ears open.
Yes.
Yeah, roll 2d6. You can add sharp if you want to.
Okay.
But don't have to if it's a negative.
Yeah. 8.
You hear movement, I think. After you go down a little bit, I think you land not quite at the bottom. The shaft goes down a little bit farther, but close to where you can kind of see, especially with your lamp. The bottom is probably another 30 feet below you, and you have gone very far down. You hear movement from one of the side tunnels.
I will say, Lucy?
You do not hear a response.
Oh, fuck. That's not Lucy. I'm going to go towards the noise.
Yeah. You begin to float in, lighting the way. And what you see are... you see what look like pale vines. You see dozens of tiny holes in the ground. and you see thorns on these vines.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna try to create like a using my wind magic. I guess this might be blast or whatever, but I'm gonna try to basically take one of these thorns, like take it off.
Okay.
Like slice it.
Yeah. Okay. Roll. We'll use magic.
Okay.
Or kick some ass with your magic roll.
Yeah. Weird.
That's what you're trying to do.
Weird either way.
Yeah.
Okay. No forwards on this yet. 12, and that both of those are advanced.
Yeah. Very good. What you do is you take your staff. You're trying to cut it off. I think you take your staff and like slam it down. As you do, like the slight, like razor thin cut appears on the vines. You do once again see frost that you can kind of control on the vine is hollow. You're cutting off the thorn. The thorn is now hollow. You see blood beginning to pour from it. There is a wagging tongue, and the thorn kind of breaks into 4 pieces as it hits the ground. And you see the same thing.
See, I just want to like scoop all that up and get the fuck out of there.
Okay, that's fair. You grab the thorn as the vine is just writhing. You scoop up the thorn into your bag, your saddle bag, as your comics and D&D books, well, your RPG books in it, and begin to head down that tunnel, same direction.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. You begin to dash forward into these tight tunnel.
Sorry, I was just like, for clarity, like, Oak is leaving because at this point he's got a little something, but it's pretty clear to him that they need more information before they come down here. Or someone who's better at finding their way, because I can't do this.
Okay.
So he's trying to get out
the
of
way
there.
he came?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go back up the shaft, you marked everything fairly well, and you begin to leave.
I would go back to the spot where I lost Lucy in those 4 tunnels. That's where I would go.
Okay, you go back to that spot. It is quiet and alone. And how long would you wait there?
I would wait there for a little bit, and then when I started getting bored, I would start using my magic.
Okay. Okay. You are getting tired as well as you kind of get back to that point, but we'll talk about how you use your magic in a little bit.
Okay.
Hektor, it is now closed off. Timothy and Tomothy have closed up Tom Nooks. What do you do?
So, Hektor not really finding a lot of hard evidence, wants to figure out more about this weird van, and these strange people in this weird, strange van.
Okay.
So he is going to kind of drive around town to try to find this van.
Okay. Yeah. Roll investigate.
Yeah. 9.
A mixed success. So on this, you will for this mixed success for investigate, you will find it, but it will not be in a super great position. You'll not have full advantage in this position.
Okay.
You find the van. It is parked on Main Street, about 30 feet away from One Brew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the coffee shop. Not moving, just parked.
Okay. I think Hektor is just going to watch it. He wants to follow it if it leaves, to see where it would go. Or, well, you said that it's how close to the coffee
About
shop?
30 feet. There's other things on Main Street, but it's about 30 feet away from the coffee shop.
Okay. And it's about like early evening, like 4 or 5?
It's like no.
Is it like
after all your
late?
research, it's night. It's now like 8, 9.
It's night time. Okay. Is the coffee shop open?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he would stop in there to get coffee.
Okay.
And then go back to the car and wait in the car to try to follow this van wherever it happens to go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You get your coffee. Ready for a long night of tailing a van or staking out. And we switch as we are now in a weird timeline with everyone. We switch perspectives to Darlene, who is now 5:00 for her. Yes, correct.
Oh,
We're just doing
okay.
the way timelines work. Because I want to keep everyone involved. Yes, the time. This is what's happening at 9 p.m. You're at 5 p.m.
Okay.
You're right before 5 p.m. now. You're
Well,
like
that-
4:45.
I think we might be dropping frames again.
Okay.
I'll have Matthew confirm. Are we dropping frames, Matthew? You're muted.
Hi, folks. We're dropping frames again. I don't know why my connection keep... It just started, it looks like, a little bit ago. We'll be right back. We are back, folks. Thank you for sticking with us.
When we last left off, Hektor had decided to stake out at later. During that time, before that time, Darlene had checked in with Hektor and just let him know that she was planning to attend this meeting at 5 p.m. at the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands. And if that anything were to go wrong, that's where she is and what's going on.
Yeah.
Darlene, do you... Good?
So, yeah, you said it was around 3:30 or something when Darlene had finished those conversations?
Closer to... Yeah, it was like 4-ish, because you had like an hour.
Okay, about 4. So she's going to leave, get some coffee, and bring bring Hektor some coffee and Darlene some coffee, and just fill Hektor in on the couple of things that she's learned so far. You know, with the best hits.
Okay.
And then I think what she wants to do is try to create some sort of like emergency alarm that she could magically, psychically let Hektor know she needs help or something.
Okay, yeah,
She's
roll,
in a bad spot.
Okay, this is something that's a little more specific. It's not really a big magic, though it is a little odd. For this it's not outside of the realm of, like, impossible to do. You'll need a little droplet of your blood in some sort of container, and it will activate. You still have to roll for it, but, that is what you'll need. So you'll need to take 1 harm to create this.
Okay,